Hey, it's Kevin, and I'm here with a short video series on mobile text marketing. I'm going to cover a little bit about what it is for those of you that may not be fully aware, although that's probably the small percentage of you. And I'll show you the full setup for how you can do this completely for free. Again, as I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, this only works for marketers who are in the United States. I haven't found a similar setup like this outside of the United States, so unfortunately, right now that's what it is. If you're outside of the US, there's probably mobile text marketing services and opportunities for you, but you'll have to look into those for yourself. I'm simply not aware of them. I'm over here right now at usshortcodes.com, which is the website for the Common Short Code Administration. If you're not familiar with the term shortcode or common shortcode, in this type of lingo, it's referred to as a CSC. Basically, it's that shortened number. In the US, phone numbers are 7 digits long. A common short code, or a short code also referred to, is something less than that, typically 5 or 6 digits. You will see some running around that are 4 digits long, but most short codes are either 5 or 6 digits in length. And if you wanted to go over and grab your own completely unique short code, rather, if you're in the United States, you would come over here to usshortcodes.com, which is where I'm at now. Of course, it's probably no surprise to you that mobile text marketing is growing by leaps and bounds. More and more businesses are using it, as it's being found to be extremely effective. Most everybody has their phone with them, vast majority of the time, and the percentage of people that are actually looking at text messages that are as opposed to looking at email messages even is dramatically increased. So if you're sending out text messages, there's a very strong likelihood that your messages are going to get through and going to get read. If you look right here into some of the news, in the what's new area, you're going to see that Shakey's, which is a pizza restaurant chain, is claiming 10% conversions for their mobile coupons. Down here again, another pizza company, Pizza Hut, one of their executives says that they think that their mobile division is going to account for 50% of their future orders. And that's just crazy. That's huge. It means big business. It should also tell you something else. Pizza restaurants are a great market to approach for mobile text marketing. So if you have mom and pop pizza restaurants in your area, they are probably one of the first niches that I would approach for this type of an offering. Let's see what I want to do. I want to show you, if you click on this link here, obtain a code, I want to show you just how crazy expensive it is to obtain your own unique code. And if you come down here, basically you lease codes, and the minimum you can lease them for, you see right here, is 3 months, 6 months, or 12. And it's going to cost you between $500 and $1,000 per month in order to lease your own unique short code. With your short code, of course, you can create as many keywords, text pizza, text marketing, text this, to this particular number. You can create as many of those as you want, which is why people will come over here and lease a code, and then they'll go create a service around that where they basically sell or lease out, typically on a monthly basis, the keywords. So it can be a very lucrative business, but in order for you to get your own common short code, it does require a pretty significant investment. So what I'm going to show you is we're going to use the service over here at this website, which is .go.com. There's a number of services over here. Some are free, some are paid, but I'm going to show you how to use the completely free setup that will have you basically allow you to set up a mobile marketing campaign in realistically under 15 minutes and for absolutely no cost on your part. Of course, your clients don't need to know that it's that easy for you, or that it doesn't cost you anything. This is still a high value service to them, and you can certainly still sell it at a significant rate, and we'll talk a little bit about that before we end. But I'm going to come down here, and they've kind of hidden this a little bit, but I think we just go to read more. I want to find their simulator. I'm clicking on the read more link here on the home page. Page is taking a little while to load. So I basically just clicked on the read more link from the home page at go.com, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click on this blue button, initially at least, that says try it now. This will take us over to the simulator. Alright, so this is the .go simulator, and this is what you can use to test and make sure that your setup is working right. One quick note: in order for this to work, basically you're installing just a small file into the website on the server that you're gonna attach this mobile text marketing campaign to. The domain has to be a .com, or clicking this drop down, a .edu, which you're probably not going to own, a .gov, which you're probably not going to own, or a .net or a .org. So of the 5 that are available, .com, .net, or .org will all work. If your client site is on a .info, a .biz, a .us, or something else, this unfortunately will not work. So just know right up front that this works for .com, .orgs, and .net domains. You can see that there's a numeric value here to the right of each of these type of domain extensions. .coms is 368.266. Again, if I click the drop down menu, you'll see .net numeric is here, .org numeric is here. So this is the short code basically that your client's prospects will text in order to get the message sent to them. Before I go farther though, I want to explain kind of 2 different forms of text marketing. This is the one I'm going to show you is the most simplistic setup, which is why it's free, and the more feature pack setup, I've not seen anybody offering that type of service for free, but I'm going to show you who I use when I'm doing that type of service for my client as well. However, before I go, just let me explain, before I start confusing you, the 2 differences or the 2 different options that you can go. The first version, which is the one that's run off of .go, and then I'm going to show you and teach you, is basically, for lack of a better term, it's kind of call and response. By that I mean, in order for your prospects, the prospects of your clients, in order for them to get a text message, they have to initiate it. They have to actually text a keyword to the shortcode, and doing so will automate the process of them getting back whatever marketing material, whatever content that you've decided that they should receive. So it might be a, thanks for your interest. For more information, check out our website, and then you can put the URL that's clickable and it'll take them right to your client's website. That's one way to do it. You can make it a mobile coupon such that it says, save 10% at XYZ company, by this date, or whatever marketing creative you want to write. Simply show your phone for discount, which is typically the biggest use of mobile tech stuff is in mobile coupons. They are very effective. They're good at driving traffic. They're good at bringing new business. That's probably the way I would suggest that you start with. But just know that there are ways to use it outside of just sending coupons. Like I said, you can have your client place a small classified ad in the newspaper, and then just have a little bit of text that says, for more information, text, this keyword to this shortcode number for more information. That basically gives them a real quick way to immediately get the URL sent to their phone, such that they have it on site and they don't have to remember the URL, etc. It's just a a cool little way to do that. There's a variety of different things, but this system is only that it's only set up for that. It's call and response. The prospect texts a keyword to a shortcode and they get an automated message. That's basically it. It does not allow the client to push content. So your client can't say, "Hey, I want to broadcast to my mobile subscribers," because there are no subscribers in this particular setup. So they can't push out content whenever they want via this setup. They can only send content when it's initiated by the prospect. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to tab over here to this other website, and the website is textmarks.com, 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 and of course there are many others. Offers the more full-featured setup where not only can your prospects initially text a keyword to a shortcode, but once they do that, it automatically signs them up to your mobile coupon list, or your mobile list. It doesn't have to be coupons. So with this service, basically in the future, if your client says, "Hey, I want to run a special today," or if they're a hair salon, man, there's nobody booked for today, I really want to get some new business, you can basically create a message for them and push out content to everyone who has in the past signed up for that list and has not unsubscribed, that says, the first 3 people to book today get 20% off. That's a great usage of the service, and this service at textmarks.com will allow you to do just that. But please know that the whole setup I'm going to show you in this video series is not this type. It's the call and response type that's running off the .go.com service. I'll just show you the quick pricing over here. This place has got a great service. I found the pricing to be really good. I'm not saying that it's not possible. There aren't cheaper alternatives, but I've been happy with the service so far. And it's taking a little while. But you can get a free trial for 2 weeks if you want to try this for a client. Past that, though, you'll see that their basic plan, which gives you 1 keyword and allows you to have a subscriber base of up to 100, is $19 a month, and it goes up from there. But obviously it's much more cost effective to use a service like this than it is to go get your own shortcode, paying $500 to $1,000 a month, unless of course you're going to start leasing out keywords to others, which is a whole different business model. So with that kind of ends the introduction. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to show you basically how to set up very quickly a mobile text marketing campaign for your client that literally will take you 15 minutes or less. It can actually be way less if you already have the content prepared, and it's going to cost you absolutely nothing up front to do it, and it's a high value offering to your client. So if you're not already offering the service, it just puts one more tool in your tool belt, which is a good thing. So I'm going to end this video, and I will come back and we'll get into actually the technical setup of how to do it.